I guess it helps if I hit the go live button. I just assumed it did it for me. So I'll wait a bit just till I see it going live over here, and then I'll continue. There we go. Let me just checking the audio levels. Ooh, gotta get that. Yes. Okay, let me go ahead, talk a bit. I just want to make sure the audio levels are okay at the beginning. Get halfway in and find out you can't hear me. Let me go ahead, talk a bit. Okay, you can hear me. All right, so let's continue on. We'll create a spatial. Now I'm just going to leave it for spatial. I don't know what I want to call it yet, but we do need to add a plugin. I guess it's terrain. Height map terrain. I've never played with the others, not the ones here anyway. Xylan does have the voxel one. You can go grab and compile. Well, there are some pre-compiled ones as well if you want that. But today we're just going to play this one because it's the most like, for people coming from Unity, it's the most like that one. Oh, you only see my cam? Rusty. Give me a sec. I guess it helps if I switch to this one. Let me go ahead and redo that step then. I downloaded, but I didn't install. So we start off. I made my scene. Well, I've made my new project. Then come up to asset lib. This is like the asset store for those coming from Unity or used to Unity. I'm looking for terrain stuff, so I type in terrain. The one I'm going to use, of course, you spell it right. HTerrain. You click on it. There's not a whole lot to read up on it. Please hit download. It's already in progress. Okay, so we're going to go hit. It'll download it. Once you get it, you can install it. It shows you what it's installing. Again, coming from Unity, this should be pretty familiar. It looks a little different. Can we scale the window? No. And again, you can check what you want, what you don't want. I'm just going to grab the whole thing. So it's installed. And it gets put into a folder called add-ons. And we can see, I'm going to split the folders. So we have two windows. So we go into add-ons. We have the Xylan HTerrain. And then everything we need in here as far as the shaders and everything else. We're going to come back in. In order to activate a plugin inside of Godot, we got to go to project settings, plugins, and anything you've downloaded that's inside of your add-ons folder will show up here. Just click enable. So it's really good. You can still have it in your project and you can be toggling things on and off if you're not sure if you want to use it or what effect it has. So we'll grab it, come back into my 3D scene. Trent, hey, how you doing? Yep, it's me. So I usually call this world. Now the whole point of the live stream today is I'm just going to go and make a terrain. Ideally, I want to have a camera kind of fly through the terrain and show off, you know, eventually how nice it is, like trees, running water, maybe a waterfall, some atmospheric fog. I'm using Godot 3.4 and not 4. 4, you get the Vulkan renderer, which makes everything look better, but I don't want to deal with stuff that's in beta. Well, I shouldn't say that. I'm actually using beta. I don't want to deal with stuff that's in alpha. So I'll just wait for that. Let's play around with the terrain engine that we have access to. Well, there's a few, but The one we want is called HTerrain. Is anyone going to follow along at home? Excuse me. Okay, so I've gone ahead, I've added my HTerrain. Notice we got this little warning sign. If you hover over it, it tells you have to create this directory for all the data to be stored in. And shoot, right here, data directory. I'm just gonna click the folder, open it up. I'm gonna make a new folder, and I'm just gonna call it train data. We'll select it, and boom. That looks a lot like the Unity train, doesn't it? Now, we can't see it all because of the viewing distance that the editor is in. We can come up to view and change that inside of the settings. By default, it's 500. I usually just do 1,000. Again, depending on what size you're working on. There we go. Now I can see the whole thing all at once. Baba Ganoush. You don't have Unity on your laptop? This is actually Godot. Godot is super fast to download, like 10 seconds. I am using the mono version right now, but since I'm just working with the train today, it doesn't matter what version. I'm not going to be doing any coding. To be honest, for my first person controller, I'm probably, if I make one to run around, I'm probably just going to download one instead of writing it. But we'll see. Okay, so I've got my train set up. One of the things that's really cool about this one here is we can just come up to train, generate, and then we have all these options here to play around with. So play around with the base height. Scale allows you to zoom in and out on like the Perlin noise type thing. Height range, roughness, octaves I usually almost always crank up. Bring that roughness down a bit. Erosion, I usually do erosion manually. Then of course, if you're adding erosion, you can play around with the erosion weight. The step factor. Sometimes I'll use this tool just to start me off, and then I'll use the rest of like the manual tools, which we see up here, just to bring in the details. I might just do everything from scratch. And then even though I have these set, I can just keep hitting random seed. I'll keep those, and then just based on the seed, this is kind of cool. I can work with this, bring this down here. We can have like a water running through here, maybe flatten this out a bit. What do you want to do? Do you want to go completely from scratch, or do we want to take something to start with? This is kind of cool as well. Curtis, hey, how you been? You've been watching for like 80 years. How old do you think I am? Oh, yeah, Unity RPG. I was actually looking at that, and since most of it's written in C#, it's almost a direct port over to Godot. The only thing that really needs to be changed is like if we can still use the same assets, we'll still be able to use most of the code. It's just you know, we'd have to use this train engine. I'd probably use the voxel train engine instead. And then, you know, like things like was it line renderings? They have a line tool here. Like, oh, they have all the tools that we need in here to recreate that, but I wouldn't want to do that till further on down the road. The first series I have coming out is a car racing one, 2D. I originally just had it as I took one that was online, converted it to C#, and I was just going to publish that. But like break it up into videos for each section and put it out. But I decided to redo it for like a newbie, so someone just getting used to Godot. It's still in C#. The only thing I've left to do is particle effects, split screen, and sound. And then once it's done, I put everything up on GitHub. Those that are interested, it's the easiest way for me to get things to people. And I don't want to show all my repositories because I have some stuff that I'm working on that I don't want out yet. So let's go this way. You want to see the carve path tool? Yeah, I'm going to be doing nothing but sculpting today. We'll do some textures as well. I'm going to grab some PBR textures from... I used to use CCO. Ah, crap. I don't want to sign in. Let's just search for me. I'll throw it up in chat. Here's my repositories, ones that are public. This is the one we just did the video on last week. This is, I'll probably get rid of this one. I got another one. This is the original car when I started. I don't think I uploaded anything. Oh, I did. I'll have to take a look at it. But there's a new car one that's going to be made. But anyway, let's see if I can paste a link in my own chat. There we go. Throw a follow there. Pretty much everything I do will be up there, but it's going to be like completed projects. Once I get the project complete, then I'll make the video series. So it's going to take me maybe a couple weeks to get things get kickstarted, to get ahead. But once we get there, it should be fine. So, oh wait, I can do polls. Let's try this out. Start from scratch. Well, let's just start from, yeah, here, never mind. Fingers. So do we want to start from scratch, or do we want to use this tool, the generation tool? Well, here, we do both. There we go. I just took what we had and generated. Now this map is actually quite huge. And you can make them bigger. You can stitch them together. I'm going to switch over to what I usually use though. So I'm going to select it, go to the train, where's shader? I'm going to use classic 4. So basically you get 4 textures to put on. You can put more textures. You can do array, multi splat 16. I've never played with custom. For the most part, I just do classic 4, and then that gives me 3 to paint with, and that 4th one is your triplanar one, so the one that for the verticals. Let me see. Well, this isn't new. This plugin's been around for a few years. It's just, since it's open source, a lot of stuff is like plugins. You got to go find them. There's a lot of stuff here, unless I actually know it's here though. I don't think there's a real easy way. I guess there is. I've never just really gone through here. Like, let's look at 3D tools. What do they got? And of course these are just user submitted stuff. And do they have dates on them? Almost everything's MIT. I wish they had a date so I could see something. Does it even say the version? So version 3.01. It probably works. Oh, here the Oculus mobile plugin. So it probably still works with 3.3 that I'm in right now. A lot of VR tools. You'll see a lot of stuff for that. I know a lot of people that do VR inside of Godot. I have not yet. But if you go to GitHub, there's even more. Most people just have theirs on GitHub. Like I said, I just don't use the asset lib that much. But the tool I'm using today, I knew existed there. Okay, so let's take a look at the poll. Looks like I'm just seeing no. How do I end a poll? So the lack of good stitching solution back in the, yeah, they have it now where you can make more than one. Forget the proper name that they use for, but you can have more than one piece of terrain and have it automatically piece together for you. And I've seen plugins for Godot as well that do it. One's big enough for me. So I want to make something scenic and have a fly-through camera. So I'm going to start adding some terrain to this, just so it's not so white. So down here's where we add our textures. I don't have any. We should go get some. CCO textures still exist? Is that a thing? I don't want to go to Tumblr, especially on stream. So what's it called now? I think this is it. Ambient CG. Oh, turn that phone off. I have it set where I can hear all the audio, and ooh, that was loud. There we go. I think this is what I'm used to. Okay, so since I'm going with the classic 4, that means we get 4 textures, 3 to actually like paint the ground with, and that 4th one's your trilinear one where you do cliffs. So change the way everything's laid out. The categories. Here we go, ground. So I need a grass one. I'm gonna try this one. I'm just gonna grab the 2K one, the small one. I'll just throw it on my desktop. And let's grab like a dirt kind of rocky one. Yeah, the Godot 4 stuff looks really good, but I haven't done a whole lot with Godot 4, especially in quite a while. I don't like playing with nightly builds. Something works one day, doesn't work the next. Oh, did I grab the zip or the JPEG for the last one? I meant to grab PNG. We'll go back, we'll take a look. So I grabbed the PNG of this one. I think I did, didn't I? Well, they don't offer a PNG. We'll see what it looks like. If it doesn't look good, we can always come back and replace it. Okay, so I've got that. I've got... Shrink this down. Just look here. We got that. What's the other one? The other one was just ground, kind of rocky. I definitely need something for the cliffs. I want something really rocky for that. And then something kind of like mud, sand. Yeah. Yeah, I'll grab this one. Again, it's a JPEG. That's fine. Oh, we got PNG. 2K PNG. And then all that's left is that cliff one. And I usually like something that's really like a sharp stone. Let's see, do we have maybe under rock? Oh, here we go. So many options. I don't want too dark, do I? I'm just gonna pick something in the middle. So again, 2K PNG. All right, I've got 4. Let's start importing them. So I put 2 there. I'm gonna grab the other 2 here. Go and extract all. Yeah, we'll just extract them all. I don't need all of them. I only need 4. I can't remember exactly which ones we take. I know there's the albedo or color, whatever you want to call it. We can do a normal map. Now we use OpenGL. Oops, I already did that one. We want the OpenGL version. Okay, so I don't need these anymore. I'm gonna make a separate folder in here to put them in. New folder. What do we want to call these? A 2K? Might take a bit. Let's call this textures. I'll open it up. Let's do all 4 at once. Let me take a look. There's a lot. We'll see. It might take a bit to import this. I'm streaming at the same time, so I don't know. They're 2K. I forgot to play around with my import settings. We'll wait. No rush, right? So has anyone got anything they're working on lately? Anything anyone wants to share? Why is it taking so long? Well, I'm not taxing anything. Lots of RAM, CPU. Let's take a look at the... So they're there. They're just not showing up inside of Godot. Oh, here we go. Just took a bit. Now I remember this process was always slow with this plugin. Luckily, we only have to do it once. Now what it's doing, I could have played around with some of the settings on the import settings to make it a little bit quicker. Looks like we're done though. Let me catch up on chat. Oh my, how do you... I can assume the T is silent. So, SUBSCIBER Chronics? How you doing? So you were thinking of doing an RPG with my stuff from the Humble Bundle a few weeks ago? Okay. Well, I know the first things that I want to do are the 2D car racing one. Then I'm probably going to do a platformer. A 2D platformer. And then I want to do one kind of like primer on 3D, because working in 3D, working in 2D is awesome inside of Godot. Working in 3D, there's more steps. So just get everyone up to par who wants to work on Godot in 3D to see how we manipulate stuff, because I think it is a little bit more complex than Unity. Not a lot. It's the way you think about things can be really different. And then as far as an RPG goes, I'd want to build it completely modular this time. So like we'd work on an inventory system. We'd work on a player controller. We'd work on like, I don't know, mob and like AI. Maybe we'll play with behavior trees or something. I've seen a lot of AI stuff done with Godot. And that way there, like you just put stuff together instead of having it all be one big, huge project that spans, you know, all these video series. I don't want that. It's too hard to keep up with. I'm getting old. While I might get more and more time now to spend doing stuff, I don't want to spend it just always working on the one same game. I'd rather just build it out into kind of like asset packs and just throw it out there. Hopefully that makes sense. I've been playing around with Unreal Engine 5 after years of using Unity. Yeah, I really like Unreal Engine 5. Last year, I had picked Unreal Engine 4 originally instead of Godot for school. But I knew it wasn't going to run on some of the laptops that some people were showing up with, so went with Godot. Super fast install. Wasn't going to take a whole class just to download and get it installed. Okay, so textures. Edit. We just click here. We're going to add a texture. I'm going to load. Oh, I am going to have to make a folder too. That's fine. Let's go to textures. I'm going to have the first one, and we just grab the color. It's going to import them. It didn't grab the others. Usually it does. Let me close that. I'm gonna make the folder right off the bat where I need to store my texture. So new folder. Let's spell it right though. I don't think it's loading it correctly. Let me check to make sure it imported correctly. Yeah, we got it. We got the roughness. We don't need preview. I'm going to delete the ones I know we don't need. We use OpenGL, not DX. If for some reason the texture you download is a DX, when it loads up, there should be a button here to, well, we'll just grab it. There usually is a button here to invert the normal. I'm gonna get rid of this because it's not doing it right. It's not the way I remember it. I am in Classic 4, right? Let me just check everything. Yeah, I'm in Classic 4. I'm just gonna delete the DX. Usually it recognizes the naming structure and just imports everything for me. So again, add a new one. Go ahead, we'll grab it. I don't know why this is not loading. It says it's loading. But it's not showing. Well, as we can see, just like with Unity, the first one you grab, it paints everything on it. Let's go ahead and import. The directory we want is the imported textures, and it'll do everything it needs to and save the data there. And I know it's a 2K texture, but I'm going to save it as a 1080. And here we go. Now they're all showing. Maybe I need to set the directory up first. It's been a while since I've used this tool. There we go, grabbed it, except we got to grab this one. And again, try to grab the GL version. If you have the DX version, you can click the flip Y. And let's make another one. Let's grab them all right now. So the next one I want is the mud. I think this is it, right? Make another one. My third one is a rock one. Is this it? I don't think that was it. Oh, we can always switch it. And again, grab the GL version. And we'll grab that fourth one. This is the one that we're going to have triplanar on. And I already know it's this one. Let me know if the music's too loud, by the way. Okay, we have them all. We're going to import that as a set. And again, if you wanted to have more textures, you can just change the shader type. I've never really played around a lot with these. You can, I guess, if you want. Unreal. I like Unreal. Like it might be my favorite. Close those off. So we got them. Bring this over, Cliff. Okay. I like using. You can use C# in there now, but before I didn't like the visual scripting. Like, to me, the time it takes to learn a visual scripter, you might as well just learn how to script. But you can use C# there, and that was the thing that really interested me with teaching at schools, because C# I have a lot easier to teach, especially to kids that don't know anything about programming. It's much easier than C++. You can spend more time learning things about, making games than the languages. Let's zoom out a bit. We see a bit of a pattern just with that. I'm going to change a few things here. Let's see if I remember this. The params. I'm going to set the U tile rotation, and this will break up. If you put ones in all of them, it kind of breaks up that tiled look. Sometimes you get some text, especially with some textures, you get that like grid. This will break it up a bit so you don't get that grid, and it doesn't look so gritty. Okay, so we got that. Let's look at the tools. So the first one, if you hover over it, raise height. So let's go somewhere. Oh, right here. You can come down here, change the brush size, and change the opacity, just like in Unity. The lower the opacity, the less the effect. So I'm raising. All right. Control Z to get rid of that. The next one's lower. Guess what it does? Exact same thing, except it drops it down. And again, Control Z. Next one, is it smooth? Yes. So let's say you get a couple jaggies, you want to get rid of them. Let's take this for instance. You can kind of smooth that down a bit. Okay. And again, we still have the same tools here. Next, I think it's flatten or level. So you can set it down to, let's level this one off. So it kind of balances out the heights of all the areas. So if you keep going over it, you'll eventually get a nice flat area. And there's another way we can do it with the flatten. I'm going to undo that, which is next. Now with flatten, you can go ahead and set a height. I don't know, 50. And again, brush opacity. Let's move this over a bit. Can I? I'm not sure what this says. I just see pick. Anyway. So it'll just flatten everything around to that specific height. So essentially you're just making a giant plateau. If that's what you're after, great. Okay, then the next one's erode, right? Yep, erode. Oh, you can also change the brush you're using, and then they're just all EXR files, so you can go out, download other ones, import them into the folder right here, and then you'll have access to them. So I'm just using the nice soft one, the round one right now, which is, I believe, this one. This one here is one I use a lot. And erode, you can just come around the edges and add a bit of erosion to the sides. Erode the tops as well. And again, how strong do you want it? But for now, let's bring it all back. And then next thing we have is painting. We can paint textures. So I'm going to start off the triplanar one. So I'm going to grab it. You see the slope limit down here? Actually, let me check chat real quick. I've seen some go by. I'm horrible at watching it. So you're trying to learn to make dynamic animated character controls. So I'm not sure what you mean by dynamic character controller or dynamic animated character controllers. Not sure what you mean by that. Procedural animations. Okay. I don't think I've really done anything with procedural animations. Like when I'm not really sure. Like you have to have some sort of animation already set up in order to like go between them. When I think of procedural animations, I think of you know, like it's completely made up from script, or like when you, not like in reverse kinematics where you pull one and the rest of the joints. I'm not really sure what you mean by procedural animations. I'd probably have to look it up. Anyway, I got the cliff selected. Down here, the slope. This is the minimum slope you want it to paint on, and the max slope. So I'm going to leave it up to the max slope, and let's go crank it up the minimum. So when I'm painting this texture on, I might have to bring the minimum up a bit more. Yeah, let's bring the minimum up. What am I missing? Let's do a big brush size. I'm just going to huge opacity. And I'm going to paint a small, actually before we do it, let's do erosion. quickly erode this area in the middle. I'm gonna put a lake down here anyway. There we go. We screw it up, we can always start over. I'm gonna come back to painting. Okay, so you see how it's not painting down here, it's just painting the hills, the sides of the mountains, so to speak. I've got the opacity really cranked up. I don't want that. It does make it show better, but I still like to have the opacity down, and I can just go over it more and more. Then just kind of turn around. Let's get all the cliffs done. So think of it as painting that rock face on the mountains. Now, a lot of this could probably be scripted as well. I've never tried. All right, let's take this darker dirt. Now, I know I'm going to be putting water in here somewhere. So let's think about this. I want my fly-through camera to come through. How do I want that to work? What if we had... Let's add a camera to our scene. And that camera is right there. I'm going to pull it over here. Now, if we want to see how that camera looks, we can come up to view and go to the to viewport and then just click on preview. Now you see what the camera sees. So I guess if you're, again, coming from Unity, you're probably used to this look. I'm going to bring it over here, start bringing it up. I've gotten used to only having the one view. Now, if you are coming from Unity, Z points backwards. So this is the negatives. So I'm just trying to think how I want this to work. So if I put like a little house or a small village or something like that here, how does my camera fly around? There. We have a road coming out over here. So I'm going to add a little bit of erosion to here. And I don't need that second view anymore. I like to have the full view if I can. So we'll grab that erosion brush. We're going to shrink it down. Maybe a bit bigger. Grab the smooth, and again, I'm by no means an artist. Let's try leveling. It doesn't have to be perfectly flat, but I am going to put a road here. Oh, going the wrong way. Erode some more. We'll come back, we'll paint again in here. I want it to be kind of like a terraced build here. Then we'll have something like a ramp or something. Throw in a bit of smoothing. It's good for a start. I'm not going to worry about painting the textures back on. I just want to get the area laid out. So we're going to put water over here too. Okay. Maybe not so sharp here. We'll round that off. Actually, let's use the erosion tool on it. Bigger, stronger. Actually, no, I want smooth. Now, I do wish I could hotkey these up here. Any road, the road will come down this way. That was a rather loud thump. Okay, I'm going to grab the stone texture here. Slopes that I want it to be painted on. Bring it down a bit. Increase the opacity though. Probably could have picked a brick maybe. I don't think I'm grooving on this particular stone texture. That's fine. Let's go paint it on. I'm gonna come back in later and throw some dirt mixed in with it. But we can go and kind of etch out the areas that we want. Now notice it's a little bit, I have to go over it quite a few times in order to get it to show up here because of the slope. And I want it to come down here. I'll have to smooth this out a bit more. And then I'm going to build a bridge or something around here. Well, not a bridge, but like some sort of landmass. And maybe that's what I'll have is the camera come up this way. And into our village. Now just for scale, I'm going to add a cube. So we'll grab a mesh instance. And it's probably dropped at the origin. Usually I do this a lot sooner just to get the scale right. Ah, I actually have to pick what kind of mesh I want. Cube. And that's nowhere where I meant for it to be. Better come this way a lot more. All right, so now we can see it. And F to center in on it. I'm going to drop it down on the ground roughly. And I'm going to change the size of it just a bit, just so we can see kind of like what a human would look like. And I'll just make it twice as tall. Sounds like it's feeding time. Scale on Y, 2. Okay. So I'm gonna have to do a lot more flattening. Trying to think how I want it to go. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna move this up to the top. And I'm just gonna call it character. Select the world. I'm gonna add a directional light. Get some shadowing going. So light, and you don't, doesn't really matter where it is. What matters is the angle it's pointing at. So the way I like to line it up is I'll take the sun wherever it is in the sky. Right now we're just using the default procedural one. See that arrow? You want it pointing at you from the sun. So if you were to line it up, it's pretty close. A little bit more. There we go. Shadows, let's turn shadows on. And I'll just leave the basic colors. We're not gonna play around too much with the lighting right now. Let's go back, look at our character. Okay, so we got a bit of shadows going, so it'll be a little easier to see everything that we have set up. There is one more thing I want to set up, and that's world environments. Apologize for that. It's feeding time, and well, the dog's letting everyone know that it's feeding time. So we'll make a new environment. We're going to open it up. I'm going to switch the mode to sky plus color. Actually, for now, let's just do sky. I'll play around with the color later. And the sky, we'll make a new procedural sky. We can drop a skybox in later. And we'll do a new procedural sky. This will just get us back our default, roughly. There's a few things I want to turn on. We could turn on fog, but we'll play with that later. Tone mapper, I want to switch to either cinematic or aces, or filmic, sorry, or aces. These are the ones that most people use. They find to be, as far as performance wise, it just look the best. So let's go split again to 2 views. We'll script the fly through camera tomorrow, or the next time I get to do another live stream. So I really do like the way this plugin handles the cliffs and everything. See, is that it for now? That's all I'm going to play with. I'm not going to bother with the SS or anything like that. But yeah, it's pretty easy. You just click it, drag some parameters, and you'll see that everything just starts showing up. See some of it in the distance. I'm going to leave it off for now. Another thing we should play around with at some time is project settings, quality. I'm going to have to read through this again to see exactly what we want. I'll do it another time. Let's keep working on this. Just remember if there's anything else. Up the field, we can do all that later. Can we grab water now? There was one water I really liked. And I think it is waterways. This is the river generation tool. You can literally drag and drop and bring it in. Let me go ahead, stop the music. Can everyone hear the music okay? If you can hear the music, you'll be able to hear the video. I've only used this plugin once, and it was like a year ago. I wouldn't mind watching a video on it again. But I have to make sure. I'm going to assume you can until you tell me you can't. So let's go ahead. We'll watch this real quick video. How long is it? 24 minutes. We can watch that. And it should give us an idea of how this tool works. And it's really cool if it's the one I'm thinking of. There's 4 plugins I usually use for just normal trains. There's this one, the HTerrain, Waterways, Splatter, which allows you to paint, put your trees down and grass, everything. And you can have like your grass flowing. I can't remember what the other one is. I'll have to look it up. Well, it looks like we didn't actually need sound for this. So you add a river and literally just drag and stretch out, change the angles. I just want to make sure if this guy talked through it, you could hear him. He's just got a little bit of music. Yeah, this is the one I'm pretty sure I was thinking about. So he's managed to carve out where he wants his river to be. Then using this tool. Now keep in mind, this is all free. I'm picking drinking a Science. I didn't feel like mixing up a G Fuel, so I grabbed one of these. I would have been, yeah, just let me pause. I would have been home sooner, but I had to do some grocery shopping before we got home. So, and then as soon as I went to go live, I was moving around my XLR, and for some reason it screwed up, and then the mic went. I couldn't get sound to come through the mic, so I did a quick reboot. Everything worked again. So I was like, "Oh my god! Don't tell me it's gonna crash right before the stream again." But yeah, I picked up a Giants. I like the flavor of it. As far as energy drinks go, I don't really drink a lot of them, but I've been up since 5. So what's that? 12, 14 hours now. So aside from the textures that he picked, the tool itself was really good. See how the water goes around the rock? Some super creative and talented people working on stuff. So is it pronounced Tatelax or Tatalax? And welcome to the stream. Tatelax? Okay. Yeah, I haven't seen Giants in the grocery store in years. Not my favorite flavor, Frostberry. So he's changing the color. Oh, I didn't know you could do that. The foam? Oh yeah, super easy tool to use. Oh, he's got one coming up here. We'll take a look at. Trying to find a similar tool in Unreal for the rivers. There might be one there. Well, that looks pretty good. I don't think I'm watching 1080p. I am. That's crappy quality for 1080p, even in the font, but that's fine. Now, for a small demo project, that's pretty good. I'd be happy with that in my game. So waterways, don't need dust.
Number 2, that will be time to save the scene.
Well, he doesn't have his trilinear set up right. It's stretching.
Of course, we can manually. These holes, by the way, are only visual.
Anyway,
if you want them to also...
so this is the one. I'm gonna go ahead, download, import it, and I'll probably play with it later though. I just wanted to get the rough world shaped out today. Then the next live stream will worry about trees, models, and stuff like that, and water. So grab the train. Let's go to. I knew what I wanted to flatten to. I don't want to have it super flat though. I like it when it still has a bit of bump to it. I'm just deciding. I can have a small house here. That road should be big enough. We still have to go find some models. Or should we model them ourselves? Go back to erosion because I really want to have that defined edge in here. And I do wish we had like numbers here, like percentages. I don't want the whole thing. There we go. So is there no one at home playing along? I'm getting stretching on my textures. Shouldn't. Maybe I have to repaint over it. Let's get it all flattened out first. Well, we'll go over here. Kind of want to chunk it out. I want a bit of an edge there. And then let's smooth. Bigger brush. Okay. And then just repaint. Oops, I've got the edges wrong. Or the slopes. There we go. And mud. We need a bigger brush. I want all the lake bottom to be mud. Let's increase that opacity. Whoops. Well, I can get some up there. That's not mud though, that's stone, isn't it? I didn't really get a good mud one. That's fine. Work with what we have. I'm not going to spend an hour hunting just for textures. This is mostly for practice. Once I get good at it, I can make a standalone video for it. So one of the things I've been doing lately is I call it like an hour of code, where every day I spend at least an hour working on some new skill. So it may not necessarily be coding. Like for instance, the last few days I've been playing around with Affinity Photo and Affinity Designer, just learning how to use those instead of using Photoshop. Even though I get Photoshop for free from the school, I prefer to stay away from the whole subscription model. A defiant stand. Now I'm also going to put some up here, but I don't want it to be on the really flat areas. Maybe around this area. Whoops, let's go this way. So I really like being able to define the slope on what this texture goes in. It really does make it feel like it's a little bit more organic when you paint it around. That's why I was thinking of possibly writing a script to do it. Because you might be able to get the height and have it paint on, you know, when you get to a certain height, snow caps. Now you'd probably want to use something besides the classic 4, so you can have more than 4 textures. Now to be fair, I don't think my camera is going to be flying around. Oh, we want it all in there. Over here, I'm mostly just going to do a small one here. So we need this one. I want to make sure we get all the spots over here. Let me check out. Sorry, again, ignoring chat. I'll use the Affinity tool. Yeah, I like them so far, but coming from Photoshop, I just have to learn a different way. I had been using Krita, which is free, but it's slow. Like when I'm dragging text across the screen, it's only about probably not even a half a second delay, but it's annoying. I don't mind spending, you know, $50, so if you can grab it when it's on the 50% off sale, you know, you can get it for $25. I don't mind a one-time payment, that I own the software and I can do whatever I want with it. You know, well, not whatever I want with it. I can't distribute it, but I can use it whenever I want, and I don't have to worry about that damn recurring fee if I don't use it for a couple months. So these two, I'll probably end up picking these up. I don't know about Publisher. I don't really have a need for Publisher. Getting there. And did I do grass? Did I fix up grass? We'll do grass between there and there. I'm going to increase the brush. Whoa. Didn't want it to go that hard. Grass we're going to have to do individually, I guess. Okay. Anyway, let's get the third one done, just to the area that we want. So here to here, around there. Not quite there. I need the mount. The cliff done first, then. I only want that on the sharpest, so. Well, apparently it's not as angled as I thought it was in here. That's fine. Now, I do wish I could put these on a hotkey. There we go. I got all the river bottoms with that stone. Got a couple here I missed. I don't think the camera's going to see these though, so it really doesn't matter. Okay, let's get that camera set up. Split view. We'll go with 2. Whoa. Okay, camera. Transform. I don't have anything, any angles. I just want to rotate around Y. Let's do 270. Close. And let's change the range of the camera. Let's bring far up to 500. And we're going to bring it down a bit. All right, so we can see everything there. I haven't saved my scene yet. What should we call it? It's going to be like a little Viking village. I don't know if we have access to models here. Let's see. No, I don't see anything. Let's go house. I didn't think so. Well, should we spend time making our own, or should we just go download 3D models of houses? No, you moved completely away from Adobe. I have too, but since we use it at school every once in a while, I'll use it. Again, I prefer to use something that doesn't require a subscription. Well, possibly. I started remaking the website in Vue 3, but again, just time. I still have it on my GitHub. I moved it over to MrLaliberty.com. But should we take the time to 3D model our own stuff, or grab? Yeah. If no one has an opinion, I'll pick grab. Okay, so I'm not sure what was importing there. I'm going to rename this to yeah, we'll just keep it as world. I'm going to save it. We will make a folder for our scenes. We'll save it here. Now I do want a river. Where should we put that river? We've got the tool. What's this box? Is that from the rivers? Surely it's not from the light. Is it the world environment? No, it's not that. I don't have LOD enabled, so it's not that. I have no idea what that box is for. Is it there from the beginning? Let me just quickly save that off. I'm going to come back in, create a new 3D world. Let's add in a... I'll make a separate folder for this one so we can delete it. Okay, so we don't have satellite. Okay, the light didn't add it. Let's add a, oops, turn it off. Let's add world environment. Let's set that up. Just make sure we're going to set it up to a new environment. That new environment, we'll switch over to, well, sky and color this time doesn't matter. Sky will make a new procedural, and let's just do sky. Still not there. What else did I add? Camera. Oh, is it the character? No, it can't be the character. Because that was just a cube. So the only thing I've left is a camera, right? 1, 2, 3 in the character. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have the directional light, world environment, HTerrain, camera. And it really doesn't matter where it is. I'm gonna almost the wrong one, damn it. Huh. I have no idea what's making this box or what it represents. That's fine. Let's just trash the other scene, not save it. Whoa, not save it. Okay, so again, river. Let's grab our character. I'm gonna have water here. What about a river coming down here? I think that would look good. So we've got river still enabled, right? We've got the river, the waterways. Okay, it's turned on. If I remember correctly now, what do you say? Plus, we're going to add a river. Completely missed. Standing too far from the mic. I can hear it cutting out. So we'll bring it back here. We got to lift it up a bit. We need the starting point, which will be about here. I'm never going to see past that. So we'll start the river here. And what's the warning? No flow map is set. So select river, generate flow, and foam. So we select the river. Generate flow and full map. Okay. I obviously made it too far. Come on. Okay, there it is there. Now, how do I get it to go down? River. So what's this? No tooltip. I want to make it wider. It's not that one. Not that one. The middle one, okay. Oh. It's gonna take a bit of work, I think. Yes, I believe it's the spline editor. Actually, let's get it straight again. So it's straight. Angle it this way. And I was hoping so much better tooltips. So generate flow, generate mesh instance and siblings. We might have to watch the video again. So I can grab here, but we can't pull them apart like this way. If you grab the middle one, that allows you to make it wider. Let me go to the bathroom real quick so I'm not dancing around, and we might have to watch the video again just to see how to add more sections to the spline. I'll be right back. All right. Just let me quickly look at it. For the legs, we could possibly use one of these as well. We'll take a look at them. Let's figure out how this worked again. Oh, before we do that, Has everyone seen this? There's a Halloween game jam coming up, end of the month. Doesn't matter what engine you're using. It's 3 days. So what do we see? Starts in 29 days. So it's when was it? I thought it was the like 29th to the 2nd. Yes, yeah, here we go. 29th to the 1st. Anyone interested? It might be fun. Look at my calendar. This is next month. So the 29th is a Friday, and we go to the 1st, which is a Monday. So I could probably put at least a good solid day into it. I do work on the 29th and the 1st. I don't know. I might do it. That gives me a month to brush up on making games. We don't know what the theme is. You know, we'll find out when we get closer. What are the prizes? The prizes will be okay, sole development. So it looks like, is it just team or single? So constellation artwork for all participants. And special artwork for the winner. Might be fun. So rating, innovation, theme, graphics, whoops, audio, polish, and overall. We should have the legal rights. You have 72 hours. You may recycle code. Okay. So I don't know. Anyone interested in trying this out? End of next month? I assume it's going to be Halloween themed. If anyone is, let me post this in chat. I'm probably going to try it, especially if I can keep up with the whole hour a day thing. I'll wait till I'm a little bit closer before I sign up. But I have been itching to do something like that for a while. It's only 3 days. Should be easy. Okay, back to this. What am I missing? Okay, so he's got the river select. Oh, you have to do it before. Ah. Now what I'm going to do is just make a new one as a child. Get rid of the original. And I'm just going to rename this Tail River. So with it selected, hit that. And it didn't work. It's broken. Okay. Okay, so we add in the river. Hit the blue one. Oh, I'm pulling from the wrong side. I've got these pointed forward and backwards. So we add a river, we got 3, we click on the plus thing, stretch it out. So you change the angle, change the width. Okay. It doesn't look that hard. I'm going to come out to here. broken. Okay, how do I add another segment? Did he add another segment? Hell. Okay, the green one, the plus. So when you click the plus, you click on the spline and it'll put it right where you click. And I clicked another one, okay. I wish I could just pull on one axis. Being able to pull in 3 directions kind of sucks. Okay, so make sure I can see that middle spline. Hit the green one. There we go. Completely didn't work. I broke it. So you select this one so that you can move it. Select this one and you're supposed to be able to add. Something happened. There we go. We got the, whoops. Accidentally, I want to pull this one up a bit. And unfortunately, it's not pulling up. It's just pulling in one direction. Come on. Doesn't seem to be bending like his does. And then there we go. So apparently I had to move the end in order to get it to work. Well, not the most graceful of tools. Doesn't help. I've got a super sensitive mouse, so as soon as I move it just a little bit, it like jumps a lot. Okay. I want a plus and click here. Then we'll click here. And this is where I put the new one. Well, this is a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. I'll look at it straight from above. So I'm trying to line it up with the rock and grass around here. So now I want it to come out a little bit flatter. So we should be able to click the plus, click around here, click here. I'm not seeing where the new one went though. It's going all over the place. I can't see where the other handles are. Okay, if I click off and click back on, it shows me. Okay, so let's see if we can pull these up. I don't want it to be over that far. I want it to be up. Okay, let me switch mice real quick. Going with the Naga. It doesn't spin as much. Oh, I forgot this one doesn't. When I hold down the middle mouse button, it automatically scrolls. Okay, we're using 2 mice. Okay, so let's try to... There we go. Then we need to angle it. Switch back to this one. There's got to be an easier way to edit splines. It made it look so easy in the video. Okay, let's see. Is there something here to... Oh, constraints. I don't want to snap to collide. Well, do I want to snap to colliders? Apparently not. But I'm just going to do X and Y for now. Sorry, X and Z. Oh, that is so much easier. Oh my God. Okay, now we're going to switch to just Y. Oops, I forgot to bring this one. Unreal Underground. This is Godot. Let's switch this back to, I think it's just Z I need. We'll go there. Let's go back. I want to move it on Y. Come on. Not Y. Okay, maybe I did too many at a time. I don't know. Let's get rid of a few. What was the last one? This one? Okay. So apparently that last one was twisting it somehow. That's fine. Okay, no constraints. Let's rotate this back. There we go. Again, no Y. All this trouble to make one river. Only Y. Let's add another one onto it. Unfortunately, we got to click off and back on to see it. Is it? Oh, there it goes. So, not Y. Oh, I'm on the wrong one. Only Y. So, let's make it a little bit narrower down here. I'm probably just going to go in and flatten that out. But we got one river. Let's go take a look at the water shaders. Now, writing shaders in here is not that hard. But if we don't have to, let's just grab what we can. So we got waterways, there's water 2D, basic water material. We got a water shader here. This one looks really good. To the videos. This one looks like it's kind of like the one similar to Unity. Let's fast forward. Come on. Right now I'm voting for the other one. We try them both. I like the other one better. MIT license. I'll have to look up GLP3 license. I don't remember exactly what that includes again. We'll find out. So I'm not grabbing any of these. It looks like it changed some of the default environmental variables. Let's install. Come back in, project, we'll come in. It's not here. Didn't need that. Did I not grab it? I thought I did. I downloaded, install. Okay, so we got the water shader. Do you just have a prefab? I don't want to deal with this just yet. Well, let's get rid of this one for now. And we'll just work on the scene that we're currently on. I'm not going to bake it just yet. I know I'm going to want to change a few things. I've got 2 in there, right? Yeah. Oh, hey Thomas, how you doing? Yeah, it's Godot. This one, let's move on. Not Y. Yeah, we'll just do not Y. It feels like those should be hotkeyable, because you switch between them so much. And let's move it in a bit more. Now I'm trying to think, how high do I want the water in here to be? Obviously not higher than this. So maybe right around where we start seeing the green. I think that'll be a good idea. Good place to start anyway. Arthur, hey, how you doing? Yeah, I really like Godot. I know some people are sick of hearing about that, but Godot has renewed my interest in game development. Like, to me, game dev has always been kind of an art form. You know, like some people paint, some people sculpt. I like making not even necessarily a game, simulations, even just a world. Like here, we're just gonna have a camera flying through. I've always liked that, so. And I'm just tired of using Unity with just the way the state that Unity's in. I just currently don't like it. Some people like it, and if you've got projects going in it and it's perfect for you, then by all means use it. I'm not saying, you know, you can't use Unity. For some people it's perfect. Just for me right now, I just don't want to use it. Plus they've got that subscription model. Now I am going to go and make some rocks like they did in the demo to kind of fill in this area. Let's go back to the sculpting tool. Let's try smooth. I'm going to bring it up. I'll smooth it down. There we go. Oh, like that. Let's repaint. I'm going to now really wish I could save like set slope limits. So if I'm doing the cliff, I could type in, you know, anywhere from, let's say 75 degrees and up is going to be stone. So I don't have to keep redoing it. What happens if I grab this and slide it across? Because it was the low one. Does it become the high one now, or does everything get all screwed up? I'm going to bring this down a bit and see. Yeah, so about that percentage. And again, I like to fill the rock in with not quite that much. Let's bring down the opacity and definitely the brush size. And just kind of just click a bit. Whoop. And mud. Kind of want mud all along the river here, so anywhere there's water, I want this sandy texture. I definitely don't want any grass, right? So I'm gonna come around here too just a bit. And then let's turn the river off. And let's paint the angles in here. Yeah, I really love that slope tool. Do they have that in Unity where you can lock things in on the slope? If not, that'd be something great to add. And then again, I never did the stone part, which would be about here. We'll grab this one and just fill in anything that needs to be. And also, I guess I can switch back to the other mouse. Since we did do some reshaping here, it does get stretched, so we do have to repaint to get that trilinear look to it again. That's not too bad. Okay, let's turn that river back on. I'll try to find a good water for tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow. I probably won't be able to stream tomorrow. I'm going to put some rocks right here. We can start looking for that. 3D models. Want to do that? I think I'm ready for that because I know I want to start getting a house here. Something else up here. Maybe some carts and stuff along the road. What's this pink thing? I don't know. It's an artifact, I guess. Oh. What is that? Oh, it's my camera. I keep forgetting about that. So yeah, let's go ahead and we'll grab the stuff. Let's start grabbing some assets and start importing them in. Where's a good spot to get some decent 3D models for free? Besides Google. And then we got a favorite. Do we have a style? Do we want to go Viking style? Do we want to go medieval? And then we got a particular style we want to go for? Got a poll. I don't remember what the poll was for. Start from scratch. We'll say yes. Okay. We got one vote for Viking. Anything else? Oh, there we go. 22 votes. Okay, first off, licenses. Who wants to do Sketchfab? Where's the download link first? I gotta log into Comment. Do I need to log into... Yeah, no Sketchfab. Looks like everyone uses Sketchfab. There we go, Turbo Squid. Well, they got a lot. Well, I don't really want to drop 104 bucks on something I'm going to be sharing. Pretty sure they don't want me to either. Price. There's nothing in the free. Turbo Squid, you changed. Well, we might spend a night making our own models. Okay, I must be an idiot. I don't see the download link. Oh, right here. So let's go back to that first one. Because the first one, oh, was that the first one? Need to make it bigger. So it looks reasonably good. Let's go ahead, we'll grab it. Well, give me a second here to fill this out. I don't remember what my Sketchfab is. All right, give me a second. Let's log in with Google. I do not want to receive tips and news. Okay, so I'm logged in. Choose my profile. Okay. Oh, I forgot about open game art. Oh, I'm here now. We'll go over, check over what's there as well. So FBX format, we can use that. We can use this as well, auto convert it. Let's do FBX first. I'm just going to throw it on my desktop. Oh, message retracted. To be honest, I think most people have Viking and medieval classified as the same. Nope, it's done. We'll take this, shrink it down. I'm going to make a folder for our models. What do we got here? Source and textures. Okay. I probably should have exported them into a Viking folder. And we'll just drag and drop them in. Give it a bit of time to crunch on it. And again, I keep forgetting to play around with the import settings. That's fine. We're not looking for perfection. And why is it taking so long? They're in there. There we go. I don't remember it taking this long to import. Maybe it's because I'm running the latest beta. I don't know. Not responding. Well, that's what happens when you run beta. Okay, so let's take a look to see what we have in here. So we have models, Viking, source. Here's all our materials. Maybe we shouldn't have got the FBX. That's it there. My lord. We'll have to work on that a bit. And I think that's all that was included in there, right? So we got all the materials. Now, I've imported FBX before. I've never had a problem. We can grab the other version just to make sure. So let's do that. We'll keep the FBX one for now, but let's delete this. What I don't like about doing the GITF is it always puts everything under a separate node, and I don't like that. So we got a few more people in the stream. Anyone working on anything they want to share while we're doing this? It's always great to see what everyone else is doing. Well, I like to see it anyway, see what else people are working on. So grab models, we'll drag it in this time. Let's see how long it takes for a GIFT to import. Does it import faster? Also, so we have the skin. And there goes my son. Even with my headphones on, I can hear that. Why does it take so long today? So yeah, everything's imported. So I wonder if I have to click out and back in. I wonder if that's what's happening. I should test, and if it is, go file a bug report, but do that later. It took 2 hours, but I finally finished it. Oh, that last mouthful. Okay, so still importing. Hang on just a sec. Okay. Okay, are we done re-importing everything? Why are there so many materials on this? It didn't import the scene right either. Well, the FBX one, at least we could see something. We could work with that. Well, that's disappointing. see, we'll grab it in Blender. Oh, it's not gonna let me. I didn't have it set up for it. Oh, there we go. Oh, my old eyes. Desktop. We call it Viking source. I don't want to go through all hooking up all the materials to it. Screw it, we're just going to use the FBX one. I'll just have to position it differently. So who can name this song while we wait? Oh wait, let's test that, see if I have to get out of it. Yeah, if I click out of it and click back in, it started re-importing. Is it? I'm not even trying to pronounce that. Botany? Botany? Talon? Hey, how you doing? I'll have to look it up why I'm not importing it properly. I don't think there's anything I have to install to get it to import properly. Actually, I want to scale on everything. So when I scale, it's scaling off of let's do 10 by 10 by 10 for now. And that's obviously way too big. 2 by 2 by 2. It doesn't look like all the materials came in as well. Okay, I want this bottom one. I want to get rid of the ground. Oh, I don't really want to go through this many materials to figure out what's what. Bought me YouTube. I'm not sure what you're doing. The YouTube play and a duck. Either way, glad to have you here. It might be, but just because it doesn't work the first time, you should try to learn how to fix it. Like all of the... It's been a while since I've downloaded someone else's stuff and had to use it. We usually just use Blender, but I wanted to save time. If I could just get the ground to disappear for now, I'd be happy with that. Ved. Okay, so that wood is Ved. YXA. That's that little axe or something. B question mark NK. Okay, that's the bench out front here. Tuna? Ooh, is that tundra? No, well, I know what it is, but it's not what I want. So I have no idea what language this is. Oh, there we go. That's what I wanted. I know some of the materials aren't hooked up. That's fine. I'm gonna save it. Let's save it into the scenes. Let's call it sure. Then I'm gonna come back into here, and where I have the old one, I'm gonna parent. Was it not gonna let me? I wanted to make it a child. Okay, we'll delete it. Just so I didn't have to get another position. Oh, I just got, oh wait, I grabbed the wrong one. I saved under scenes. This is the one I just edited, so this is the one without the ground. Okay, so I definitely want it bigger. I'm gonna make this the difference in size here. Need it bigger. Let's do a 4 maybe. I see some chat. Just give me a second here. Oh, did I save? Something's happening here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Did it crash? Is this an Adobe product? Oh no, when did I save last? Spooky Monkey. Hey, how you doing? Oh, it saved it. It came back. You missed. Yeah, I've gotten in the habit of making all my own models, even if they're not good. At least it's what I wanted. I needed a bit bigger. Maybe, well, this should have been a 4. It will not let me do a 4. Let's try 6 by 6 by 6. It's still only doing a 2. That's pretty close to what I wanted. We got to rotate it though. Okay. That's pretty close. Good enough. I really wish its pivot point was here. I could load it up again in Blender, fix it. I'll just sculpt the terrain underneath it after. We'll just pretend it has snow on top. Yeah, looks like I just have to fix the normals. The textures are there. Let's see what happens if I move the camera over there. camera right there. Yeah, the camera's not seeing it as well. Even casting shadows properly. It is casting its shadow properly. Just a sec. Okay. I have to get going soon, but at least wanted to take a look at this. So I am kind of unhappy with this model. I'm gonna try to find something. I'll look for it off a stream. I'll grab all the models. So I need some trees. I need some grass. Some plants. Ooh, I'm live now. I'll probably use a shader for the grass. Check this out. This one's really good. This is probably what I'm going to use for my grass.
In this video, I'll be showing you how to make this shader, which imitates the player interacting with foliage. If you just want the shader resource, you can just download it in the description. I'll be showing you how to make this with a visual shader, just so it's a bit easier to explain some of the ideas. But I'll also be going over a written version of the shader at the
Hello,
end.
Marco.
Okay, so to start with, I've set up this simple scene, which is just a ground plane, which is a mesh instance with a plane shape, 8x8, and a player, which is another mesh instance with this value as well.
They have visual scripting as well, but like I said, with visual scripting, take a look how messy this looks. He has the code version as well. Here we go. Here's the code for the shader. Like, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but this to me is so much easier to understand than this. It just looks messy and trying to follow what's going through. I just prefer this. Now, admittedly, in Unreal Engine, for my shaders, I do use a lot of the visual shader. But I don't know. I like this better. This is probably going to be the shader I use. And then we also have to do there's so many resources on Godot now. A year ago, just didn't feel like there was. Here we go. So yeah, the scatter tool. Well, here we go. We're seeing what plugins he used. I don't use that many.
And let's add it. The last thing before we start.
Oh, God Rays. I've never used that that one. I'm not going to use time of day. I don't need day-night cycle. We got waterways. We got height map. Scatter tool. That's the other one I use. And it allows you to paint your stuff on. So you know how when you paint your trees and your grass, you can do that as well here. I do need to go out and collect a bunch of models and import them in. I'll do that off camera because it takes a while. I gotta see what I like. I don't know, maybe I'll spend some time. So for the people that are here watching the live stream, I assume you're here, because it's a live stream. What day is usually good for you? Like I like streaming, and eventually this stuff does get condensed down into a video. If it's like eventually for the train stuff anyway, it'll be condensed down into a video. But for those that like streaming, what's the day for you? I was thinking Sundays for me. I'm on Eastern time. So it looks like he's using the water tool as well. I have not baked my water out, so it doesn't look really nice yet. That's fine. I gotta figure out what other water he's using, if any.
Here, let's decrease our brush. Basic is saturation and contrast.
Actually, maybe I'll just use the splatter tool to put grass on, because this grass can wave in the wind. And honestly, I'm not gonna have anyone moving through the grass anyway.
Actually,
So this might actually be good enough.
but if you're done mapping,
I don't know.
color,
Like the whole point was just to get more familiar with creating 3D terrains inside of Unity.
I want to add this thing. It's an animation, so let's add animation player node.
So we'll make this our goal, to make something that
Let's create
looks at least as nice as this, as close as we can to this.
the
There's no guarantee I have the skill to make something that looks this nice.
cycle.
Let's grab the skybox and we'll end it there. Let's try to find a nice skybox for a mountainous kind of theme. We want a HDRI skybox. Now I could go through my notes for school, because I know I've got links to a lot of these places where they have free ones. So I want something with mountains in the background. We want more of a night one. We could play around with the lighting then. No, I don't want trees. I don't want a dock. I don't want fields. Like I'd rather just have like a big empty sky if I can't get. Whoops. Let's take a look at this one again. So I can always lift it up so that you can't see the field in the background, in which case we'll just see the top. Again, I'd rather have one with mountains, but I'm not seeing any with mountains. I don't want to do dome. I just want to stick to a box. You know, again, hunting down samples or free stuff can be a little bit time consuming, I guess. Let's take a look. This will be the last site. So they have some really nice ones, but they're not what I'm looking for. So again, I'll look for them off camera. And I'm going to assume any day is good for anyone then. Whenever I get time. Do we have a search at the top? No. Okay, well. Ooh, half pipes. This is what I want in the background, right? Okay, well. I'll deal with this later. Ooh, almost. I want mountains, not just a hill. I'll deal with that off camera. And if there's any questions, go ahead and post them now. And I'm going to get ready to close up because I got to help my son with a bit of homework before bed. And it's almost 9:30 here. There should be videos starting next week. The car racing one. Since I'm doing everything in C#, the first couple videos are just going to be getting things set up. The C# setup anyway. Anyone in here actually using Godot yet? Or just here watching because, well, you used to follow the channel. I gotta repaint here. Give me a bit of time, see if anyone has anything. Any questions? If not, I'm gonna get going soon. I'm gonna go back to the one view. smooth this out. Doesn't have to be perfectly flat, at least not now. We'll just smooth it a bit. Then we do need to repaint. Let's get that done. If there's no questions before then. Oh, I forgot. We can also look at the color painting. It's stretched. What did I do wrong? Shouldn't be that stretched. Okay. Okay, so no questions, I assume? Okay, well, I'm going to end it here then. Thanks to everyone for showing up. I don't really have a set day yet for this. Let's save this off. It's really whenever I have a few hours at night that I can throw in. If you want to see more of these, let me know in chat. Other than that, I'm going to sign off. So again, thanks for showing up, everyone, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.